Hi guys, Brett here from Hearns Hobbies.
I'm Tony Gray.
And Tony Gray is joining me today for a special project that you've been working on.
The Velodrome car.
I think everybody's had their fingers in this Velodrome car, haven't they?
Yes, and there's still, some of them are still in there.
That's right. And here I am waving a big Mod 1 27 tooth pinion around, so that's going to be pretty cool. Well, without further ado, I think last time you were in, we handed it over.
Clear body shell.
Clear body shell.
It's clearly not clear anymore.
It's very much not clear, and it has not but a single sticker on there, does it?
Oh no, actually it does have.
Oh, well,
the carbon one on the bottom.
Yeah.
But apart from that, everything else
so I was
is
going to
all
say,
hand painted.
I was going to say we're going to do the tail lights and stuff like that, but look at that. I don't think we do actually.
No, we don't do tail lights because...
I think the whole rear end's going to be coming off. What's this little exhaust here?
That'll be for... Would that be for these?
That will in fact be for the Estes E-size rockets. Yeah, that's going to be another adventure. But anyway, tell us a little bit about the body. Tell us what went into it. Tell us what didn't go into it. And in fact, why.
Okay. Started off, I had a number of ideas which we talked about when I was last in here.
Yes.
And I did none of those.
No?
No, I tend to just go on the fly and make up things as it goes along. The very first thing, because this is about 20 plus hours in this one.
Wow.
Was on the roof.
On the roof, and we can see that in the overhead, guys.
At my little tribute to our mate Willie Chang, the panda.
Willie Chang,
So
dearly departed.
Yep, stop, panda time, and that's officially approved by his wife June, who's seen it and loved it. So I believe his daughters liked it too. So Willie's going to ride along with us on that one.
That's fantastic, and he will definitely condone the adventures of this car.
Yeah, so
and the failures that it's probably set for realistically.
Yeah. We did it as an angry panda. I thought that was appropriate because he's probably pretty pissed that he can't go to the Velodrome.
I'd say so.
Because he would have been keen.
He was upset enough over the vintage bash. The Velodrome was all him.
Yeah, so that was the first thing I did because I knew if I got that wrong, I didn't want to do that last, and then I was in big trouble. So you do the difficult things first. And the Hearns racing on the sides.
Because that's not actually a sticker. You've actually taken the time and the care to reverse.
Yeah, it's all been done. So they were done first.
Yep.
Then Bittydesign liquid mask on the whole car.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is about 6 or 7 coats of that.
Yep.
And that used like half a thing of it.
Really?
And then the drawing the camo pattern took about 2 hours. It's surprisingly difficult. And then you have to plan out what colour goes next to the other one and make sure you don't stuff it up.
Yeah, because you want to get obviously some sort of
You want a strong contrast.
Yeah.
So it's basically a standard camo pattern except with the fluoro pink thrown in.
That's cool.
And that's what makes it pop.
Yep. And it is fluoro pink.
It is fluoro pink, not fluoro red as some people would apparently think it was.
It'd have to be colourblind.
Although to be honest, it doesn't really matter. But, so the rest of the colours, black, olive and brown, very simple.
I love olives.
Yeah,
Stuffed.
do you? Yeah. By who? So that takes a long time to do the camo pattern because you got to do it in the right order. Black done first, then you've got to decide which is actually the darkest. So I went with brown, then the olive, and then the fluoro pink came last. And then
fantastic.
Once I'd done all that, then I moved on to do the front end, the headlights.
And did you do the window frames out of?
I cut them myself.
Really?
I didn't use the mask they gave us because.
When you do window frames, do you draw it on the outside or do you just?
No, I just sit there and just go.
Really?
Yeah.
Masterful, and that was into the liquid mask.
That was into the liquid mask.
And most people, the biggest mistake I've heard with liquid mask is actually not using enough layers.
Yeah.
Because when it's too thin, that's when it's like doesn't break off cleanly.
You try and
doesn't
pull it away. Yeah, so you've got to get that. And the weird thing is, I can tell by feel whether it's okay or not.
Oh, really?
Which is, I don't know how that works. It can't possibly work because I'm just feeling the outside layer. But I just seem to, I went, yeah, that's enough.
That's enough?
But I deliberately put more than necessary on this because I thought I don't want to have to do this again. Because the hard thing about this is normally I hold onto the roof of a car when I'm spraying with
big,
one
yeah.
hand, and it's too big. I've got one of the Proline suction cup things, and it doesn't work on this. It's fine on 10 scale bodies.
What about the BJ tape loop? Have you tried that trick?
I thought about that, but in the end I just leaned it up against the corner of, of my spray
It is
booth.
a big, ginormous body, and it's actually really, really thick. We had heaps of, not difficulty, but it's quite challenging to cut.
Yeah.
It's like 1.5 mil thickness. This Bittydesign ZL-21N. Very NASCAR.
A lot of paint too, because it's such a big area.
I bet. Now we do have a couple of trim bits to do. Obviously, we've actually got to fit it properly. Now we did a pre-fitting, but that was before the rockets went on the back, which we'll have a look at in a second. So the body will sit nicer once we've cut around the rocket exhaust and the secondary exhaust. Yeah, we've got to put on some wings. I don't know what they call them in NASCAR, but there's
I think they've got strakes, I think is the actual word.
So there's polycarbonate parts that aren't cut along here. Now there is a gurney flap on the back. I don't know whether we use that or not.
Yeah, I'll put it on.
Put it on?
Yeah.
There you go.
Should also mention tinted windows.
PS21?
I can.
A 31?
It is.
Is it?
Yes, it's the only Tamiya colour on this. It completes a paint job as far as I'm concerned. If you don't do it, it doesn't look right to me.
No, they're just too stark when they're not. And PS31, the Tamiya paint, is just perfect tool for the job, isn't it?
Yeah, it works very, very well.
Works very well. And one can should last you like, I mean, this body would have used a lot, but it would use like a lot
half a can, I think.
20 bodies generally, isn't it?
Yeah,
on your 10 scale bodies.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Fantastic. Well, let's take
this up. I'll put that over there.
Let's have a look. I just want to get the finer details of because this is the real artistry in my point of view. I mean, not only is the Panda is absolutely hand painted. Yes, that's not a sticker on the inside. That is hand painted.
Hand cut.
What is that technique called? Something that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Painting on the inside, cartoon. So we've got the carbon Hearns logo there, and have a look at the headlights. I love the headlights and the grille work.
They're just quick ones, to be honest. I didn't spend a whole lot of time on those.
Well, because you know it's going to be pushed up into the wall.
I know the front end's going to suffer and go into a wall, so I didn't want to. That front end took me about half an hour all up.
Yeah, but that's I don't know. That's what I really appreciate, because that's the airbrushing that I don't and can't do and don't have the patience for. Right, under the hood. Now you guys haven't seen where we're up to now. Tony P was in here, wasn't he? And he is Hearns approved rocket engineer.
Yeah.
Yep. We stamped his license.
Official rocket scientist. So.
And he has created this 3D printed manifold, mount and exhaust for this E-size rockets. And these are SD rockets. I've got to be careful I don't smoke near these or anything like that. Hey, look at that. That is, that looks dangerous, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
So that is simply going to locate in there, and we probably don't need to put anything more than probably a bit of blue tack or something that'll make a mess.
Because the thrust is in that direction, it's going to hold it in.
But it is going to be rattling around at 100 k's before.
When the rocket vents,
it can
pop out.
That'd be good too.
Well, it doesn't matter, by then the car will be crashed.
So it does have the igniter wires that go in the back here, and that lights a fuse, and that will in fact create an explosion of sorts.
Yeah, and when it will vent through the front and out here.
And the reason they do that in the model rockets is to release the parachute.
Yeah.
So it's going to have approximately 2.1 seconds, he said, of burn time, thrust time. Thrust time sounds like a show you're in the other channel.
It sounds like some movies that I watch a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
2.1 seconds of thrust time.
Yeah, pretty much. No, that's me.
And then we've got 8 seconds of delay. So that's what the 8 stands for. So you've got 8 seconds of nothingness, and then another explosion out the front, which in this case isn't going to release the parachute, but probably set fire to something.
It's just
if it's pushed up against the wall,
there's never
down
enough
in the grass.
explosions.
So that is really cool. Here's designed and engineered.
How much thrust on these?
5 kilos.
5 kilos.
Yeah, 5 kilos of thrust.
So we've got 10 kilos of thrust in total. And how much does a car weigh?
About 7 kilos.
Okay.
It's going to be going mighty fast when we pull the trigger, hopefully.
Well, and
Now, how do you pull the trigger? You're going to ask.
yeah, Brad, how do you pull the trigger?
You're right. Right.
Yep.
Well, we have taken the center handbrake off, so it's got a center diff with a rear brake option on this car because it's designed for street bashing and stuff like that. So we've taken that rear brake mechanism off, and Tony P has
we don't care for brakes.
No, we don't need brakes. Engineered this micro switch panel, if you will, micro switch panel. So you can see here we've got a micro switch. We've got the servo. The servo is in the original location, and that presses down upon there. Now, what I like is the arming switch.
Yeah, because you want to be able to isolate it at first.
That's right.
Just in case.
Just in case somebody hits the button, or you bump this while you're putting the or even vibration. Could be going around going, ah!
Yeah.
Or on the pit bench. So we do have an arming button, and that's the only time that these is live.
Yeah.
The igniters are live. So that is really cool. So I'm going to turn the radio on there for us, Tony G. You know, you've got one of these.
Yeah,
you know all about them.
I haven't turned it on yet.
I'm going to turn it on. We've got a 6S in there. Okay, now if you actuate on the controller, the handbrake switch,
Which is where, I don't know where the handbrake switch is.
which is right there.
Oh, okay.
Look at that. Boom.
Oh, that's like a bought one.
Isn't it? So we can be driving along down the straight. We've got our throttle and our steering. I won't do the throttle because the car's on. We've got the little handbrake switch here. If I get that in the camera.
Yep. Bang.
Boom. And that should ignite the rockets and send us off in a ball of fire.
I'm going to turn that off now.
Yeah, turn that off because the thing is live. It does have a pinion on it. Somebody could lose a finger.
No, it's okay.
If they
it's
haven't
you.
already.
It's not me.
That's on your other channel.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. We're safe. We can stop being so scared. So here we are. This is the FSR Model GT. Yeah, got the rocket pack on. We are ready to go. I've got to put a bigger pinion on there. We've got to change the front diff setup. So I've got to change the gearing, the crown wheel and pinion because it did have different size wheels.
Hobbywing Electronics.
Hobbywing factory electronics,
So
150 amp. We've got a 2000 kV motor, 4274. So 42 millimeters diameter, 74 millimeters long. So this thing is gonna go. It's gonna go for sure.
Yeah.
And it's gonna look good.
The only difference is mine will probably still be going at the end of the day, but yours won't.
Probably not, probably not.
But that's okay.
Fantastic, guys. Well, I am Brett from Hearns Hobbies.
I'm Tony Gray.
Thank you for joining us, guys. And yeah, let's get to the Velodrome, baby.
February 3rd.
Here we come. Thanks, guys.